What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you a very important method when it comes to affiliate or CPA marketing. This is a truly important method that each one of you definitely needs to incorporate into your campaigns, okay? And this is regardless if you're doing affiliate marketing or CPA marketing. This is going to be very useful to you. All right, so here we are at OfferVault, and OfferVault is a great website to look at different offers, regardless if it's Max Bounty or CPA Lead or CPA Grip or pretty much any other network. And so what we want to do is, let's say we're promoting Max Bounty. Just for the sake of argument, we're promoting Max Bounty. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick Max Bounty here in this filter. And it's going to only show me Max Bounty offers, right? I have Max Bounty, so I'm going to make sure I have it set to Max Bounty there. And for the type of offer, this is really up to you. Let's say we are doing surveys, okay? So I'm going to pick surveys. And I actually had another category there, so I'm going to deselect. I'm going to clear that. And I want to make sure we only have surveys there, all right? So I'm going to pick survey here. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to pick a handful of countries that you want to promote to. Okay, so let's say we want to promote United States, UK, and Germany. Okay, just for the sake of argument. And so what I have is here, Max Bounty service, and I picked United States here. Okay, and this is the first list. The next thing we want to do is you want to use this plugin called Scrape Similar, and you can find this in the Chrome Web Store. I think it's either called Scrape Similar or it's called Scraper. I actually think it's called Scraper. And you want to install it. I'm using a Chrome-based browser here, so this is going to work with it. And so what you want to do is you want to right-click and you want to do Scrape Similar. Now, when you do that, it's not going to give you what you want, because what we want is we want this whole column here. So you need to watch very carefully. Instead of, this code being here, you need to put something like this, okay? You need to just copy what I have here, and then you click on Scrape, and it's going to give you this entire column. This is kind of what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy to clipboard, okay? And the next thing we want is we're going to start a brand new Google Sheet. I use Google Sheets a lot because they're really very useful. You can do a lot of things with Google Sheets. Some of the things you may not even be aware of. And what you want to do is you want to label the columns. So this could be called offer name. Okay, this could be called offer description here. This would be called your affiliate link. Okay, you're going to have your affiliate link, and this is going to be the country. Or maybe let's do country and affiliate link, something like this. And so we need to fill this information out because this is important. All of this information is important when we are actually showing the offer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the offers. And as you can see, it fills it in for me. And what I want to do is I want to delete this first column, this link. We don't really need it. And so I can select it and I can go in here. And what I want to do and what you want to do, right? So as you can see, it's a sponsored listing. You can delete that. That's actually some extra data that we don't really need. And so then you want to do the same thing for the other column. So if you go back to this list, it doesn't have a description, so we can't really fill in the description. But we can fill in the country. So remember, the country, we have that filled. We already chose United States. Remember, we have United States. And here, in this example, what you want to choose is you want to start with the top 5 countries. So we're talking about US, Canada, maybe Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, and maybe Germany or something like that. And so next you're gonna put some offer description that you want to show to people, and then the country is gonna be United States. We're gonna do all this, okay? And so I'm gonna pick another country here. I'm gonna do 2 countries, but you can simply continue with this process in order to have a much more effective campaign. So I'm gonna search for United Kingdom. Okay, I'm gonna search here. And I'm going to deselect United States. So I'm going to do clear. And I'm going to just type United Kingdom. Make sure you're doing it one at a time. So now I have United Kingdom. I'm going to right click. I'm going to do Scrape Similar. And I'm going to paste this thing. I'm going to make sure that I have this here selected. I'm going to click on Scrape, copy to clipboard. And we are going to paste this list here. Okay, we're going to paste this list here. We're going to delete all this. We're going to delete this entire row. And this is going to be the UK, okay? And so take a look at this. We're going to scroll down. Now, let's say, well, the other thing I want to do, let's say we also want to do Germany, and you're going to understand why I picked Germany. Very, very important. And let's say I also want to do Germany, so I'm going to press clear. I'm going to type Germany, okay? And now I have all the German offers, and there's only 3 offers. And that's absolutely fine. We will not be actually doing Germany in real life. I'm just using Germany as an example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click, scrape similar, and I'm going to choose exactly what I had here before. This one here, I'm going to press scrape, and I have 3 offers. I'm going to copy this, close this, come here, and paste it, okay? So I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to delete the first row, right-click, delete row, and this is going to be Germany. I'm going to use DE, which is Germany's 2-letter country code, okay? And so we have 3 countries here: US, UK, Germany, and then you can fill out an offer description. You can also, you're going to have to put your affiliate link. So let's say my affiliate link is going to be news.com, just for the hell of it, just to show something. And let's say I'm going to do this. I'm going to double click on it, and it's going to fill it out. Obviously, this is going to be your affiliate link. You're going to have the description. We're going to have the name. I'm going to make this bold so that it's a lot easier to see, okay? The next thing you want to do is you want to go to this tool called sheetdb.io, and this is a great tool for transforming Google Sheets into something else. And that's something else you're going to see in a second, because this is going to be a brand new method that I've never talked about before. So I'm going to log in using my Google account. This is a free tool. You don't have to pay for anything. Everything in this video is 100% free tools. They have free plans that you can start with and keep using. And so I'm logged into sheetdb.io. What we want to do is we want to click on create new, and we want to paste this Google Sheet URL. So if I go in here, I can copy this URL here and I can paste it. And I'm going to click create API. Okay, so now I have an API. So this first link here is the official Google Sheets. And the second link is the API. So I'm going to copy it to clipboard, and I'm going to use it in a second. In fact, you don't need to copy it yet. The next thing we want to do is we're going to go into bubble.io, and I'm going to show you an amazing thing that we're going to be doing with this tool. And I'm logged into bubble.io. I'm under the free plan, so you don't have to pay for anything. I have a bunch of apps. This is not a problem at all. You want to click on create new app, and you want to call this app something like, testing. You can call it what you want, testing 1, 2, 3. You have to fill in a bunch of these questions. What do you think, as soon as possible? And I can, so it's actually taken 4 or 5, create new app, and you can call it what you want. Okay, it looks like it's taken. How about 2021? Let's see. That should be available. All right. And so it went ahead and created an app for us, and we are going to create an amazing experience using this free tool. So I'm going to close the assistant, and I'm going to start fresh, okay? So I'm going to delete all this. We don't need any of this. I'm going to delete all this, and you can just follow exactly what I'm doing. And so what we're going to be doing is we have an issue there. We don't need this. And so I'm going to delete all this. There's more stuff here. Going to click on here. Okay. So now we have a blank screen, and you can keep deleting. I'm going to just leave the footer. You can change it around later. And so this is the key of the method here, is that we're going to be showing the offers that are specific for the user based on their IP address. So if they're coming from the US, we're going to say, hey, US visitor, here are the offers. If they're coming from the UK, we're going to show them UK offers. And this is the best method for showing very, very specific offers to a particular user, because it doesn't make sense to show all kinds of offers if they're in countries that we're not going to be able to get credit for. And it's even not really a good idea to give them a choice and say, hey, are you from this country or that country? Some people are going to make mistakes, and it's always better to do it automatically without giving the user any kind of way to make a choice, to kind of leave the decision making out and just to do it automatically. And so this is exactly what we're going to be doing. So you want to follow what I'm about to do here very, very carefully, because this is very, very important. And so the first thing you want to do is you want to click on plugins and you want to click on add plugin and you want to search for this plugin called API. Okay, so you click on API, you're going to install this API connector. I just clicked install. And then you want to search for another plugin called IPI. If you type that, you're going to have plugins. And what you want to do is you want to install this plugin. It has 6,700 and plus apps. So unlike these plugins which have fewer apps, and this is by Bubble, so we're going to install this plugin. And now we should have 3 plugins here: Bubble plugins, API connector, and IPFi, whatever you pronounce it. However you pronounce it. And now you want to follow my directions very, very carefully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the designer and I'm going to drag a text field. Okay, I'm going to drag the text field. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click on dynamic data here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get data from an external API, and the provider is going to be this one because we installed the plugin. So if I do that, it's going to show me my IP address. So right now I'm going to click on preview, and it's going to go out and it's going to show my existing IP address, okay? And so it's going to load up and it's showing my IP address. So if I go to this tool here, and this is just a regular tool called whatismyipaddress.com, it's telling me my IPaddress.com, and my IP is a German IP right now. I'm not in Germany, and so I'm using a VPN just for testing this, and so I'm on a German IP right now. And so as you can see, it correctly found my IP address. It's actually displaying the correct IP address. But this is not good enough. We actually need to make sure we can show the country and the country code and maybe the city and all of these kinds of interesting things. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to go into plugins. We're going to go to the API connector. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on add another API, and we're going to call this get location. And this is going to get the actual location of the user from their IP. Very, very important. So I'm going to click on get location. I'm going to expand this API call. I'm going to click expand, and I'm going to call this get location API, something like this. Next, you want to go to the service called IPstack, and they have a generous free plan. You don't have to pay for anything. And the beautiful thing about the service is that if you give them an IP address, they give you all this data back. They give you the continent, they give you the country code, the region name, the city, the zip code, latitude, longitude. This is perfect for us because we're going to be using exactly this. So you want to sign up for this plan. I'm going to go to my dashboard. I already signed up for their free plan. You're going to get an API key here, okay? So I'm going to take this API key, and using this API key, I will be able to create requests that will give me the location of the user. So I'm going to have this API key. Next, you want to go to documentation here, and it basically tells you see that? It tells you that if you do something like this, right, using your API key, you're going to get a lot of extra information. This is all really, really easy to do. You want to copy this and you want to go back to our bubble screen. You want to go back here and you want to paste this here. Now, you want to make sure it's correctly formatted. Access key is going to be our access key. So I'm going to go back to the API documentation. I'm going to click on API access key. I'm going to click on my dashboard, and I'm going to copy this here. I'm going to go back to Bubble, and I'm going to paste my access key here. I'm going to make sure there's no spaces. And this IP address is going to be filled in by Bubble. So we're going to delete this, and we're going to put IP in brackets. This is called IP. We want to unselect private, and now we have IP value. Now, you want to do a test run to make sure that it's working. So for the IP, I'm going to put my own IP address. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to this. This is just a regular website called whatismyipaddress.com. And you can use this website for testing as well, like I'm doing here. We're going to copy this IP address. We're going to go back to Bubble here. And we're going to paste this IP address just for testing. So I'm going to do initialize call. And when I do that, I get all my data back. I get all this. I even get a country flag emoji, a Unicode. I get my IP. I even get a calling code. I get a lot of cool things. So I'm going to click Save. Now I can go back to the design and I can double click on it and I can actually do it correctly. So right now it's using my IP. We do not want to do that. So what you want to do is, let me start from the beginning. I'm going to remove all this. So let's start from the beginning, okay? So I'm gonna drag and drop a regular text field, and this text field is gonna run the API call to the third party. Use the IP address that we are, that we're actually accessing this bubble app from. It's gonna call that service, give them the IP address, and get back all this country information, and then we can display it here. So I'm gonna double click on this. I'm gonna go to insert dynamic data, and what I wanna do is I wanna get data from an external API. I'm gonna choose get location, and for the IP address, I'm gonna delete it, and I'm gonna insert dynamic data, get data from external API, and I'm gonna pick user's IP address. And now for the users, now we need to let them know what kind of data do we want? Do we want the country? Do we want city? Do we want something else? So we want to click on this more. And when you come here, you want to do something else. You want to click on this more. And now you have more options. So we can display country code, country name, continent code, continent name, country code, country name. Let's do country name. So I'm going to do country name. So right now I'm going to switch over to a US VPN. And I'm going to refresh this, and it should say United States, just to show you that it's working. So now I just connected to my US VPN, and I'm going to refresh this, and it should say United States. So now it says United States. So it's working. It's looking at my IP address, and it's showing me the country I'm in. Now remember, I can put city, I can put all kinds of interesting things. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to pull data from Google Sheets, and we're only going to be showing them the offers that are specific to the country where they're from right now. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put something like, hey, I'm gonna put something like, so I can even do something, hey there, visitor from, and it's gonna say United States or whatever the country is. Here are your offers, right? And then I could put something like this. Check this out. Here are your offers, okay? And now what you want to do is you want to drag a repeating group here. We're going to drag a repeating group. We're going to expand it. We're going to double click on it. We're going to say type of content. And the type of content is going to be another API call. So you want to go into plugins. You want to go to the API connector. You can collapse this. And you want to add another API. We're going to add a new API. And this is the API going to be from SheetsDB. And so we're going to copy this to clipboard, and I'm going to put it into the API call. So we need to expand this. I'm going to put it here. For this API call, we're going to say Google Sheets, because we're getting Google Sheets. Remember, this is location API, and this is Google Sheets. We're getting JSON. I'm going to initialize this, and we're getting all the data. So we have offer name, offer description, country, affiliate link, and all that. We're going to click on save. And now we can actually use this data in order to show the user the correct data. So take a look at this. We have this repeating group that I just did before. We're going to go to types of content, and we are going to say Google Sheets. And for the data source, this is very, very important. Pay close attention to this. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to say get data from an external API. And I'm going to choose Google Sheets because we're getting Google Sheets data. I'm going to choose it here. I'm going to say that next. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say filter. Filtered, I'm going to say filtered, and I'm going to add a constraint because we do not want all the data. We only want the data that's corresponding to their country that they're visiting, that they're using this app from. And so I'm going to hit click. I'm going to pick country. I'm going to say equal to. I'm going to do click, and I'm going to do get data from an external API. And I'm going to choose get location API. We're going to delete my IP here. We're going to insert dynamic data, and this is going to be get data from an external API. I'm going to choose current user's IP address, and now we have the perfect filter where country equals to their get location, and we are going to choose country code. Okay, because our offers are stored in country code. Now we have the filter set up. There's a couple of more things we have to do. You have to drag a couple of text fields here because we actually need to display the data correctly. So I'm going to drag 2 of them, okay? So actually 3 of them, okay? I'm going to drag them here because we need to actually show the data. I'm going to drag this one. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing the name of the offer. I'm going to double click on this, dynamic data, current sales Google Sheet. This is going to be the name. Double click, dynamic data, Google Sheet. This is the description. Double click. dynamic data, Google Sheet, and this is going to be the affiliate link. We don't even need the country because it's automatically going to show the offers depending on where the person is from that is customized to their country. And so this is going to be perfect. And so take a look at this. We have this here. And so let's see if it's working. So I'm using my US VPN. So it only should show the offers that are US only. If I go to my offers, I have US country code. So that should match my own country code. And so I'm going to go back to Bubble here. And I'm going to click on preview, and we're going to take a look if it's only going to be showing US offers here. And there you go. Hey, visitor from the United States, here are your offers. And these are only going to be US offers, okay? As you can see, US, 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 US. Only US. There's no offers DE, that's Germany or UK or anything else. Now, let's fix this up a little bit. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to make a space here. Here are the offers of the day, okay? And the other thing that we can do, this is actually a cell. We're going to make sure this is a link. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to drag and drop a link here. I'm going to put a link here. I'm going to double click, insert dynamic data, current cells, affiliate link. And then they can click on it and go actually to the page. And so this is destination page, link destination is going to be an external URL. Destination URL is going to be current sheet affiliate link. We have this. And then for the actual link, it would be something like appearance. We can do something like click here. Click here, or sign up, or this could be sign up here. Let's clear that. Yep, something like this. Let's see if that works. Sign up here. And the link is going to be the link that we have. I have it news.com all over the place. And so let's refresh this to see if it's working correctly. And so here you go, news. And so if I click here, it's going to lead to news.com, which is kind of what I have there. And this is kind of what we have right now. Let me show you what happens when I switch over to a German VPN to see if it's actually showing me German offers. So I'm going to close this. And so right now I'm going to switch over to the German VPN, and I'm going to show you if it's actually showing me the German offers. I think there were only like 3 offers there. So it should show me only 3 offers. And so I just switched over to the German VPN, and here it is. It's showing me the German IP. So if I Google my IP address, what is my IP address? It's back in Germany, right? This is Frankfurt, Germany. Okay, so I am back in Germany. I even see German ads. And so now let's go back into Bubble and let's preview it, and let's see if it's going to show us only the 3 offers that are for the German market. So I'm going to click on preview, and I should only see the German offers. And there we are. Hey there, visitor from Germany. Here are your offers of the day. There you go. So it's not showing me UK offers. It's not showing me US offers. It's not showing me anything else. It's only showing me the specific offers that are specifically for me. And so if a person comes in and they're from a country where we do not have offers in our Google Sheet, it's not going to show them any offers here at all. And so this is a perfect method, because depending on where the person is from, we want them to sign up, because we're not going to get credit if we promote offers to people from a different market. So if you're promoting a US offer to somebody in Brazil and they sign up, we're not going to be getting credit for it, and vice versa. If we are going to be promoting a US or Brazilian offer to somebody from the US, or a German offer to somebody from Brazil, it's not going to work. The countries need to match, and this is the way you do it. So remember, guys, use a tool like OfferVault, or go directly to Max Bounty, or go directly to your affiliate CPA network like Max Bounty or CPA Lead. Put them in the spreadsheet here. Then you can use a tool like SheetDB, and then you can simply follow the exact instructions that I talked about for making this kind of app. And you can have something like this. You can have any kind of app. You can also display the city name. So for instance, I can display the city here. So it's going to show me the city that I have for my IP address. So if I preview it, it's going to say, hey, visitor from Frankfurt, here are the offers of the day. And I have German offers because I'm in Germany. All right, guys, so this is the method I wanted to share with you guys for today. I know a lot of people have been asking me, how do you do it automatically? What if the people, if you give them choice, they might not make the right decisions. Somebody might pick UK if they're in the US, even though they live in the UK. It's going to be very confusing. And this method is absolutely bulletproof because we're actually displaying the offers to the person depending on where exactly they're located. All right, so I really hope you enjoyed this method. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this method. Let me know if you have any suggestions to add, or maybe you want to say thank you for the video, or you enjoyed this method. If you didn't, let me know why. Like the video to show your appreciation, and that way I can make more videos on very, very similar topics. All right, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.